Tested.
Hi, I'm Will from Tested.
And I'm Norm from Tested.
Today we're here to talk about fancy alarm clocks. I'm holding the Chumby. This is the original one, not the new, kind of harder, more plasticky Chumby one.
And I'm holding the Sony Dash. This is very new. This came out about last month, and it's very similar to the Chumby.
Yeah, so the Chumby is kind of an internet-connected alarm clock. It's been around for two and a half years now, depending on when you were able to order. And basically what it does is it runs these little flash-based widgets, and they do all sorts of different things, like clocks, there's Twitter clients,
RSS feeds, video feeds,
see, like, you know,
basically anything a little flash frame can do.
Yeah,
but within...
It's kind of in between a fancy photo frame and like an iPhone or something like that.
Yep.
So the Dash is new, and it's Sony's take on the Chumby. It actually uses the Chumby software.
It's a little different. It's bigger, obviously. So the Chumby was a 3.5-inch screen, resistive screen. It wasn't, it wasn't super fast. I think it was like a 400 megahertz processor.
It's a little ARM processor,
yes.
Tiny amount of memory. It has some USB ports on the back. Nothing really revolutionary, but I mean, it has an accelerometer, and it has a couple of physical buttons and a microphone.
And it's kind of plushy. I mean, it's nice
squeezy,
to hold.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be something.
It's friendly.
It's very friendly and non-threatening and lovable.
Yes.
And Sony Dash, on the other hand, is very Sony-like.
It's kind of scary in Japanese. I'm threatened right now.
The sides are rubber, but it's not soft at all. It's a 7-inch screen, 800 by 480.
Versus what, like 320 by 240 over here? Okay.
And as on the Chumby, the flash widgets take up the whole screen.
Yeah, there's no kind of windowed metaphor here.
The flash widgets in this theme, the flash widgets actually just take up a small part of the screen.
And these are actually Chumby widgets, right?
And they use the exact same Chumby database, and you can just expand and see the entire widget.
So does it stretch? Because it's a widescreen display. Oh, it fills in dead space. Oh, look, there I am.
And so like Twitter feeds, Facebook feeds, it's a little bit faster than the Chumby hardware-wise, but functionally, I thought it was actually a little slower than the Chumby.
Well, the thing that's neat about this, and that I don't like about the Chumby, is when you're running an app, you actually can't see the time and the weather and all the stuff that's kind of important. With this guy, when it's in the frame, then you actually do see the time and the weather and the date and all the stuff that you kind of would want from a clock.
Yes. Yeah, so these things are primarily, they're basically fancy alarm clocks. You're supposed to have them on your desk.
They sell them as like an internet appliance, but I mean, I use mine as an alarm clock.
Now, I use this as an alarm clock for a whole week, and I got to tell you, it's not the best alarm clock in the world.
Are you using it instead of you're traditionally an iPhone?
I traditionally use an iPhone, and people who've used phones as alarm clocks, they're very used to how responsive they are, used to how easy it is to grab and turn off. I thought the Chumby was actually a little better.
Because you just kind of mash this button on the top.
You can grab it and mash the button here.
Throw it across the room, it comes unplugged easy.
When the Sony Dash, when it wakes you up, first of all, it's very limited in what you can play. As a couple of tones, as an alarm clock, or you can use some podcasts, but really you can't really tap into too many feeds.
Okay.
When it wakes you up, the snooze button's on top. I tried grabbing it a couple times in the morning, and it just was hard to when you're groggy, hard to know what you're doing.
It looks nice.
It looks nice.
It looks more like a clock on your desk than this. This looks a little hoopty.
Exactly. It's not something that you want to handle. And so turning off the alarm clock in the morning, you have to just slide a little slider at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. But it's a resistive touchscreen on this one?
It is capacitive, not multi-touch.
Okay, so this is a resistive touchscreen, so you have to kind of press a little hard. It really helps to get a fingernail on it, I found.
It does, but I still thought the Chumby was smoother in the interface. Maybe there's just too much going on in the Dash.
That's possible.
It runs the widgets,
Is this one stereo?
It is stereo.
Okay, this is stereo as well. The Chumby one is not stereo, it's just mono, so that might make a
new
difference.
features in the Dash that make it different from the Chumby, in addition to having the ambient time and weather. It has access to Netflix, so you can watch Netflix video. You can tap into Pandora, which Chumby also has, but the Pandora interface is a little bit better, I thought, on the Dash. It's full screen. You can use Amazon Video on Demand, so you can rent TV shows for $1.99 a pop.
That seems like something I would never, ever do.
I mean, I guess if you take it with you, it's corded.
Where would you take it with you?
Where
are you going to take this?
If you're a traveling salesman, and your job is to sell maybe Chumbys, then it's something that you want to take with you. And you could watch, you could do it. That's the one.
But did you do it? Did you watch Netflix at all on this?
I watched half a movie and then I got tired of watching the movie because
the screen's small.
Because screen is kind of small and the viewing angle isn't that great vertically.
And it's corded, right? So you're always tethered.
Yes, and compared to other mobile devices, even on the iPhone, a smaller screen, watching a video I thought was more comfortable on that kind of device.
Okay, so what's the takeaway? It's $200.
$200, kind of expensive for an alarm clock.
That's really expensive for an alarm clock.
How much was the Chumby?
It was $200 when it came out, but the Chumby one is now right at 99
There's an alternative, $100.
Yeah.
I think if this was $100, it would be something I would definitely want. It's kind of where I want alarm clocks to go.
But I mean, you're not going to put this on your desk at work and use it as kind of an ambient information
No,
thing.
but I mean, if it was faster and cheaper, I wouldn't mind replacing the alarm clocks I have in my house with this. But as it is right now, it is just not fast enough.
So you think this is where alarm clocks are going to be 2 years from now?
I think it's commendable. It's a commendable achievement.
Commendable achievement. Stamp that on the box.
Yes. Not a it's nice design.
It looks nice. I'd have that on my nightstand.
I wish it was a little more soft and plush.
I'm going to tell you, my wife would much rather have that thing on the nightstand than this thing on the nightstand.
Judging a book by its cover.
Oh, well.
Judging a dash by its
That's what we do with electronics.
edges.
Okay, so hold off probably on the dash until it's a little bit cheaper, but it's a promising technology. If you want to have that right now, go get the Chumby one. It's at Costco and at chumby.com for $99. For Tested, I'm Will.
And I'm Norm. See ya.
Thanks.